What is going on today, guys? Welcome back to an episode of WNN, your source for the music and music production news. Today we have some new plugins, some new lawsuits, and some new leaks. Let's get started. In our first story, Kilohearts is soon releasing something known as the filter table. Let's take a look at that. I'm not going to pretend to know exactly what that was. If I had to guess, it's a combination between filtering and wavetables. It is not out yet, but it should be out pretty soon, according to them. Let's see if they have any more previews. It seems to be an incredibly powerful tool for sound design. So it seems pretty exciting, especially in combination with everything else that Kilohearts offers. It also comes with their wavetable editor built in, so you can create or edit your own tables in real time. In our next story, apparently Teenage Engineering is releasing something new called the OPXY. And of course, Reddit users were the ones to figure this out because they're terminally online. I mean, I'm not going to pretend like I'm not as well. There are two reasons for this. Reddit users have found an FCC filing, and there's also been some hinting at it on the Teenage Engineering social media. There you go. There's something to jack off to, you nerds. There's another one. Did I do anything for you? It's supposed to be the successor to the OPZ, named the OPXY. Hopefully it'll have more than 4 tracks. If that doesn't excite you, may I interest you in the new version of their toy car? Yeah, I didn't think so. Teenage Engineering posted this with a statement in German that reads, "Something is coming soon." All we really know is there's a confidentiality period until April 2025, and that it's hopefully better than the OPZ, and that it has Bluetooth connectivity. Yeah, it's really not much. So hopefully it'll be out next year sometime. In our next story, Logic says he's dropping PLAYBOI CARTI inspired music next year because his current style isn't paying the bills. Next year, I'm gonna fuck him up. I'm about to drop all this like PLAYBOI CARTI trap, turn up shit, and go get a bag and have fun. You guys trying to hear that PLAYBOI Logic? You gonna listen to that? We got another new plugin here today. This one from Plugin Alliance called the Black Box Analog Design. Wait, what? This one called the Black Box Analog Design HGQ. It's a bit interesting because it's actually modeled after a forthcoming HGQ hardware EQ that has been 7 years in the making. So we actually have a plugin being released before the hardware. They claim it combines analog warmth with cutting-edge flexibility and tonal depth. It features 6 bands. The boosts combine gain with Black Box's trademark analog tubes, which claim to add rich, creamy, harmonic content without muddying transits or compromising mix clarity. They're essentially claiming it's going to sound better than your average EQ, or at the very least different. They also claim you can harness analog, whatever that means, with total control of dynamic phase interactions and the ability to adjust Q values for each band independently. Groundbreaking. Let's check out how it sounds. Not sure if I'm a big fan of the frequency choices there, but maybe one of these other demos will do it better justice. I don't know. These demos are not really doing it for me, but I don't know. I've heard good things. Don't let me be the selling point for you on this, though. Yeah, they have a 14-day demo, so if you're interested in this, I would definitely check that out first. It is normally $249, $89.99. I mean, hey, this guy says there are 10,000 EQ plugins out there. None of them are like this. In our next story, we have kind of a weird take from SKEPTA. I'd say it has me skeptical. I want to die.
There was one K-Dot diss track that came out and I was like, oh, this is over. Like, this isn't rap. This isn't a rap. This ain't clashing anymore.
No, they don't like each other.
This is over. Like, they don't like each other. It's clear. I can hear it. Like, I can hear it in his voice. He doesn't like.
Really? They don't like each other? That Kendrick Lamar and Drake don't like each other? That's shocking.
Drake, when it sounded like you two just really want to see each other and do each other something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I was like that would hit him up. And I even said the same shit, you know, when Pusha T and Drake was doing their thing and he said the shit about 40. I was like, nah, I don't like that. I don't like that shit. I don't like that shit. I don't like that shit.
I mean, are people really surprised when rappers, actually get into not a physical fight, but a verbal fight? Like, do you think they're gonna play nice, especially once it escalates? Like, I don't know what people think is gonna
Do you know what I
happen.
think it is?
Huh?
Because they are in positions where they are both
The biggest.
they are both really big, yeah, have major deals, major cahoots with major companies, right? Talking to each other like this is looking crazy. Like
That's a good point.
you're saying, you're calling him a word, but this guy's signed to thing. So now how can they sign a man that is being accused of this thing?
Well, I mean, that could go both ways here. I mean, because I think personally, Drake. It seems like Drake kind of stepped over the line first. He was talking about his family. Do you want to separate families? You want to destroy communities. And then Kendrick called him a PDF file. Drake's calling him like a wife beater and stuff like that. Like none of this stuff was proven. They're both just like trying to like destroy each other essentially. Like so, they both have a ladder up that took them up to where they are currently, and they're both destroying each other's ladder. And it's like a ladder that could be used for other people to get up as well.
The version they was doing was hurting.
It's hurting what we've built. It's hurting what we've all built this whole time, like you two, man. If you don't like each other, just link up and speak and just talk to each other, or don't speak to each other. But all this stuff you're saying to each other, for the rest of everyone else who is waiting in line for the doors that you've kicked open, these doors are shutting on us right now, bro. We're looking crazy out here. That's why I didn't like that. It was good until they started sounding so like it just was sounding crazy, bro.
I mean, there's definitely a point to this, but I don't know. You can't really control their actions. I don't know. Like they both further escalated the conflict. I think Kendrick's a killer. Like, I mean, I don't know if he is like physically a killer, but like he doesn't take shit. So like once Drake crossed the line, he was just like, all right, bet. I'm just gonna go completely psychopathic. Kendrick's short, Drake likes little girls. Allegedly. In our next story, we have Tyler, the Creator, being kind of out of touch. He's talking about how he's gonna get all the copyright strikes and blocks and claims lifted on YouTube and social medias. And like, I mean, the album's been out like a couple weeks now, so I think it's kind of too late. Like he basically is trying to open up discussion for the album, but it's kind of a little late, man. Like nobody's really, I mean, they're talking about it a little bit, but nobody's gonna post videos about it or anything at this point. Or if they do, it's gonna be more of like a video essay style. It's not really gonna be a reaction or anything. Like that was more like the first like week or so. A little too late, man. But I guess it's becoming more of a common trend for artists to try to make it easier for people to react to their music, which makes sense because it only gives you more publicity. You're only hurting yourself by doing it, especially if it's being blocked or striked, because you're just allowing nobody to see it essentially. If it's being claimed, you're claiming the money on it, which is kind of shitty, and people are probably not even going to post the video anyways. In our next story, we have an interesting lawsuit. Universal Music is suing digital distributors for $500 million. Chill a little 500 mil. So they've joined forces with Concord and ABCO Music, and they're filing a copyright infringement lawsuit against Believe SAS, formerly known as Believe Music, and its subsidiary Tunecore. It's probably because Tunecore is too busy chasing down their customers for streaming fraud that they may or may not have committed. I just looked up how much Tunecore has been making, and yeah, they could definitely afford this lawsuit. So they believe that they are acting as a hub for distributing unauthorized copies of already copyrighted songs. And people have been able to evade being detected by slightly altering the songs in various methods, either by misspelling the names or speeding it up or slowing it down just a little bit, which is interesting because I feel like, for instance, if you upload it on YouTube, it'll get claimed regardless. So I'm not sure exactly how that works, but I'd assume on Spotify and Apple Music, the same thing doesn't happen. So instead of writing Kendrick Lamar, they'll write Kendrick Lamar. Instead of Lady Gaga, it'll be Lady Gaga. A little stutter ain't hurt anybody. Just, $500 million. Apparently, this has also been an issue on TikTok. Tunecore as well as DistroKid both have terms and conditions that pass the fault of copyright violation onto the user. So it'll be interesting to see how this plays out. UMG would struggle to go after every single user that commits copyright violation through one of these platforms. But at a certain point, the distribution platforms have to be held accountable for what they are allowing to go on, especially in 2024 when it probably wouldn't be too difficult to set up some sort of copyright ID system. Okay guys, that is it for this episode of WNN. Let me know what you think down in the comments. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to hit the like button. I need it in order to eat. I need likes and comments in order to eat. Please, for the love of God, my family's starving. Subscribe if you're new here. I upload videos like this almost every single day, as well as live stream content. Check those out, usually pretty late at night. If you want to support the channel and what I do here, consider joining my Patreon or becoming a channel member. For as low as $5 a month, you get access to exclusive content, outtakes, and other goodies, lessons, and other things. I'll see you guys next time.